Initiating digital scanning now. Scanning complete. Authorization confirmed.
You
1, 2,
play
game. Scanning neural link, fiber wire device. Scanning complete. Neural synaptic network diamond. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We enter the events as Lucifer is returning from his meeting with the Holy Council to argue the aspects of his exile. One must remember that heaven is a place beyond time and space, for these things are aspects within creation and so, they do not apply. This is an important thing to remember for this tale. Upon his return to his era within creation, Lucifer finds himself soon within a discussion with an arrogant woman with the bad habit of using gossip to instigate arguments within religious believers and destroying people's faith by asking questions about religion and then denouncing their answers no matter how correct or true they may be. Lucifer has never been one to tolerate such ignorant behavior and often fosters people's belief in that which can be used to inspire greatness in mankind's harsh times. It is the false faiths they harbor as the highest truth, when he knows from experience that their faith in that truth is not what they think it is. That is his problem. However, this woman only makes comments strictly to undermine people's beliefs, to instigate problems and foster despair. As he gets into a heated debate with the woman's ignorance, she places a barrier to shut out his remarks, as she continues to insult him. Then she makes the error of praying for God to deliver her from his deceitful lies. This does not bode well with Lucifer, enraged that God would actually answer this woman's prayer without consideration to the fact that her blasphemy against his name by using scripture to justify herself becomes intolerable. After everything he just got done staying in heaven that pointed out the problem with the taint in heaven that has been decaying the celestial realm for quite some time now, just to have his point proven as the angels shove it in his face like that, pushed his last button, Lucifer unleashed the power of darkness within him, his wrathful form consisting of the very evil aspects that haunt people's nightmares, taking form in a supernatural way. The shadow of evil manifestations and fears are like a blanket around him, moving across the divide of space between the mortal and spiritual realm like a fog. It searches for the light of faith in her prayer to find the angel who answered her deceptive desire, and the shadow of evil engulfed the angel, smothering out the light of God as he said, "You are the one responsible for this spoiled child's sinister desire being fulfilled." The darkness of fear had become a spiritual manifestation that seeped into every orifice of the angel as Lucifer purged the light of God from the angel. Lucifer's voice was like an evil echo coming from the unseen space around the angel. "Your efforts to give this little brat everything she prays for and desires is a foundation in what is wrong with the world today." Lucifer gleams widely as his shadow completely consumes every bit of the angel's existence and takes complete possession of him. "You are now mine angel," Lucifer says, but the words do not come from him but from the angel he now fully possesses and controls. Lucifer then returns to his discussion with the woman who has blocked him from posting any comments to her, so he posts comments to himself so that they are still visible for her to read. "You can't block me out that easily." Lucifer paused as he realizes from his possession of the angel that this is no child but a grown woman, and not just any woman but one of the leading figures in the social group of modern times known as Karens. This is one of the main figures responsible for all the chaos that is unfolding today. a professional gossip instigator that has committed many sins, from heresy to fascism, racism, and many of them succeeded due to her prayers to this angel he now controls. In ancient medieval times this would be a moment when they say he would clap his cloven hooves into light. He tells the woman, "You dared to pray for deliverance from me when you are the one insulting me and denying me the ability to even respond. Your prayer is a blasphemy against God's name and has led to the corruption of the angel who answered you." Lucifer smiles as his will over the possessed angel caused the angel to thrash about as if in a fit. He smiles as his voice echoes through the possessed angel that was not far from her as he says, "Go ahead, pray again like that, I dare you." As he prepares to unleash his wrath upon her through the angel the second she tries to pray, then suddenly the hypocrisy of heaven shines through as Michael stands in his way, blocking his sinister intentions. Enraged Lucifer goes right past Michael and speaks directly to the holy being that is instructing him, God himself. "You would really support the spoiled desires of this grown woman rather than my attempt to tell her she is wrong, even if she doesn't want to hear it? This is exactly what I was talking about when I mentioned resistance to people's blasphemous prayers against me, only this time, I am actually involved with the person but their reasons and claims are false and they just don't want to listen so they prayed for you to get them out of hearing it." But Michael still stood in his way, commenting only, "I knew it would only be a matter of time before you acted the way you've always been. I tried to warn you." This friendly jest only stoked Lucifer's anger. "Get out of my way, brother," and on that last word Lucifer shoves Michael out of his way. Michael, being the ox that he is, didn't move but instead twisted his torso to the side and then shoved him back saying, "Oh, you want to go, brother?" The light of God shimmered brightly between them, creating a divide that separated them as Lucifer could hear God saying, "Enough." In a booming echo from above, Lucifer did not back down. He was tired of trying to put forth his best effort to reconcile whatever problems God seemed to have with him as he said, "Really?" Lucifer then used the angel he had taken possession of to appear before the woman in the most hideous frightening form he knew the woman's mind could conceive that he was. "So, is that the way it is then? Another job situation? Is that how this is going to play out?" Lucifer's evil shadow wrapped around the woman like a boa constrictor. "Is that what you really want then? Go ahead, release me upon this woman and let me bear down upon her the full measure of my wrath. Go ahead, would you dare to make that same mistake again?" Lucifer awaited a reply but there was only silence. He uncoiled from around the woman as he said, "I didn't think so." The woman looked like she was frozen in stark terror as Lucifer realized his intentions were fulfilled. The woman looked as though she would never make that mistake ever again. Lucifer just walked away shaking his head in disbelief at the fact that in the end, he actually admired God for his ingenious way of achieving what he just did in this whole scenario. Lucifer just shrugged and said, "Show off." The divine power a searing echo in his being. His gaze swept the scene. He saw Tirzah, no longer a vessel of shrill piety, but a crumpled, whimpering woman, her pride shattered into dust. He saw Enlil, stirring in Michael's protection, its radiant innocence replaced by a terrible, near-found knowledge of the dark. He looked at Michael, the perfect soldier, who saw only a transgression halted, a rule enforced. But Lucifer saw the loom, the threads of his own rage, Tirzah's malice, and Enlil's purity, all woven together. He had been the needle, driven by his own predictable fury to stitch a lesson into the fabric of creation. He had not been stopped, he had been used. A dry, rasping laugh escaped Lucifer's lips. He ignored Michael, tilting his head back to address the silent heavens. To use a hypocrite's prayer to teach an angel empathy. And to use my own pride to do it. He shook his head slowly, a grudging admiration in his dark eyes. Ingenious, and with that final, whispered word, he dissolved into shadow, leaving only the scent of ozone and a silence more profound than before.